All right, so today we are talking about something that a lot of homeowners in Greenville are feeling right now. The fact that average days on market is creeping up and prices are starting to level out. So what's the translation of all of this? If you want to sell your house fast, you can't just list it and pray. You've got to treat it like a strategy because buyers in this market are acting very different than they were just a year ago. And honestly, there is one tip in the conditions section of this video that might be the single highest ROI upgrade that you can make before you list your house on the market. And it costs less than a dinner at Hall's. So stick around and we'll get there. I've been helping people buy and sell real estate here in Greenville, South Carolina for the last decade. We have seen hot markets, cold markets, and we even made it through the COVID years. But through all of that, these three things have remained true. But before we get into it, if you would like a free market analysis on your home to see exactly where you stand, just scan the QR code that is here on the screen, or you can click the link in the description. All right, let's jump in. Number one, condition. And I say this all the time. Selling a home is a beauty contest. Buyers are comparing your home to every other home, and the ones that look the best sell the fastest. So before your buyer ever walks inside your house, they're judging everything from the front yard to your porch. So here's what needs to happen. Your yard should be nicely cut and edged. If you don't know how to do that, it's okay. Let's hire it. It'll be all right. Also, on the outside of your house, please pack up your gnome statues from the front yard. I know they're adorable. Buyers don't always agree. You probably should look into throwing down some fresh mulch. Now, we specifically have a color of mulch. Don't go just get pine needles or something like that. Honestly, mulch is a cheap option and it really makes everything pop. As you're walking up though on the front porch, look at your front door. Is it scratched up? Could it use another coat of paint? Actually, do me a favor. Go in the comments here and let me know what color of front door really gives you a great first impression whenever you walk up to it. Is it red? Is it black? Is it yellow? Let me know. Here we go. We're at the front door and your buyer is coming inside. Now, once the buyer steps inside, the bar gets even higher. And I'm going to give you that really cheap upgrade right here. And remember, we're competing with HGTV here. First thing, and probably one of the hardest pieces of feedback for your realtor or anyone to give to you. This is a deal breaker. Your house cannot smell bad. If you have pets and your realtor tells you they can smell them, then your realtor is not being mean. They are telling you this is what it means to get your house sold. After we accomplish making your house smell nice, the next thing is personal pictures need to come down. And I know they're so cute and everybody looks great. We need your buyer to imagine what it looks like for their family pictures to be up on the walls and not yours. Quick story here, because I've been doing this a while. One of the most distracting pictures I have ever seen is when we walked into a home, walking through the owner's suite, the bathroom, and we see a naked picture of the owner right there up on the wall. It was so distracting and made my buyers feel so awkward that we left immediately. So take your pictures down. So the next thing is, if you know there's that naggy little repair list, the honey-do list that has been bugging you and maybe your partner for months, now's the time. Fix it before you hit the market. Buyers will find it. Now, as we are walking through the house, sometimes rooms do need to be repainted. Neutral colors always win. We're looking at whites and grays. I know. Everybody's sick of the grayish that's in a house. Your realtor should help you pick out the right color. Okay, quick sub point here. If your walls in your house are painted different colors, or for example, you have a very tasteful mural painted up on the wall, that can actually help your home be even more appealing to a buyer. So not all colors or textures are bad. We really take it room by room. Next, staging is huge. Now, if you work with our team, we have a professional stager who comes out to your home. If you are not here locally and you're like, hey, Aubree, we need a great realtor, reach out to me. I would love to connect you. And maybe they have a stager too, or maybe they're just really good at it themselves. Now, staging is critical. It's really about looking at the furniture pieces that you have in your decorations. So if you have giant furniture pieces, consider maybe putting those into storage and moving them around the room to see where they actually fit. And that's why staging is a huge deal. If your house is vacant and we're selling it, I will tell you, a staged home with furniture is going to sell better than an empty house. While you're moving around your furniture, here's another thing. Your countertops in the kitchen, in the bathrooms, everywhere really need to be cleared off. And here's something that a lot of people forget. Once you list your home needs to stay packed up every day. I know this is brutal, but this is necessary to be ready for that showing at a moment's notice. In our world, we usually like about an hour or two notice. Sometimes that happens, and sometimes the buyer is only 30 minutes away before they are ready to see your house. Essentially, if your house feels empty, you've done it right. Here it is. The highest ROI upgrade that you can make for the inside of your home for almost no money. Light bulbs. Not just any light bulbs, warm light bulbs. And make sure that they all match. So you don't have super white light bulbs and then super warm, almost yellowy light bulbs. Just make sure that they all match and that they all work. This shows up in pictures, and then it definitely shows up whenever a buyer is walking through the home and the buyer is going to think, that light bulb doesn't work. Is there something wrong? When literally the light bulb has gone out. So just go ahead and fix it and don't raise the question. Buyers don't consciously think, wow, those light bulbs work. They expect them to work, but warm, cozy, that's going to help your home sell. Condition is something you can control, but what are the things that you can't control? One of those is location. But before we get into it, if you are finding this helpful and you need to list your home, reach out to our team right now. If you are local, I will run a market analysis for you. We'll talk through everything. If you're not local, still reach out to our team because we have people all over the country and quite frankly, the world at this point that we would love to connect you with that can also help you through a market analysis or getting your house ready to sell so you can move here. Let's talk about location. Now, here's the honest truth. These are often things you cannot control, but there are ways to offset a bad location, and I'll give those to you here in a second. So what's qualifying your home being in a bad location? Now, I'm going to tell you that sometimes it's only one of these things. Sometimes it's a couple of these things. If your house is in front of a busy road, there is no way that we can accommodate for that other than probably price. And we're going to talk about that here in a second. The other thing, and this has become even more prevalent as the years go on, is those cell towers, the 5G towers that are up everywhere. I have had people go under contract on houses. The cell tower gets put up 2 to 3 days later and they exit the contract because of a cell tower. That is something you cannot control. Another thing you can't control is a business that is close by or around your house. This is something that we have combated here locally. And if that business is there, here's what I would recommend if you have the opportunity to put up a fence or to put in trees, it's going to be worth the investment 9 times out of 10. And then you just have the overall view. If it's not great, if you have maybe a less than desirable neighborhood that is close by, that is something we cannot control. Now, this doesn't mean that your house won't sell, but it does mean that we have to price accordingly. Now, if you have these things around your house, here's what I want you to pay attention to. These items usually have anywhere from a 5 to 15% price adjustment lower based upon what's around you. Here's something specific for Greenville. If you are farther away from amenities, we're talking shopping, doctor's offices, parks, schools, etc., your price will continue to go down. And we are looking around your house specifically for that market analysis to see, okay, this is what we are looking for. 5 to 10 comparable properties in order to come up with the right price based upon condition, based upon your location. That's what we do. Something else that is also specific to Greenville and location is people don't want to live more than 30 minutes away from any of these amenities or even their work. They don't like to drive a long way. All right, don't panic. If this is you and you know the location of your house is something leaves things to be desired, we can do things that soften that bad location, but we'll get to that here in just a second. Then on the flip side, a good location can make your house sell fast. Mountain views, huge plus. That's something that putting a dollar amount on is hard, and it is going to help. River, lake view, even bigger plus, because being on a body of water of any sort, a lot of people desire that. What about acreage? Buyers jump on it. They're obviously not making any more. So that is one thing that when you're looking in an area, what is the price per acre in the area? That is a really good selling point, especially if there's a really nice house and it has acreage that you want. Another point on acreage. Is it wooded? Is it pasture? Do you have to cut all the grass? Also, are you close to amenities? Or are you in a hot area like Travelers Rest, Simpsonville, or even really close to downtown Greenville? Those areas will sell your house super fast. And it still comes back to good condition and a great location. All of those things together, you price right, your house is gonna sell quick. Okay, now I'm talking to you guys that are watching this video because I get this question a lot. What about the walkability? Now, if the walkability of the neighborhood is just sidewalks within the neighborhood, that helps. But if the neighborhood has a walking trail around maybe a pond or a small lake, that increases value even more. How do you put a dollar amount on that? Also, being close and ideally within 15 minutes of your amenities is what is going to increase the value. Now, let's say that you do have a location challenge. Here's a few things that you can do. First, you can install a fence. Normally, this is going to be a wood or vinyl privacy fence. It's a couple $1,000s. It's going to help block views. It's going to help reduce road noise. Along with that, you can also plant trees. Reach out to your realtor. Reach out to us. We have the connections for great companies that install fences and put in trees. These are two of the most effective ways that I know to help your location challenges. It's not going to erase the road. It's not going to make the business behind you disappear, but it does soften the view and it gives the buyer a little bit more privacy. And privacy? Buyers will pay for that. Now, those first two factors, they matter, but the third one, this is where homes either fly or they will sit on the shelf for a while. We're talking months. Let's talk price. Your home's price is based upon condition, location, and then the actual price per square foot. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to know if your home is priced correctly. First, I need to hit you with a little bit of a reality check. Just because you put in a $40,000 kitchen upgrade doesn't mean that you're actually going to get $40,000 back. It'll help, though, get your house sold because buyers love your home, love what you did, but very rarely do you get a full dollar-to-dollar return on your investment. Same thing, honestly, with swimming pools. I know a lot of you put in a swimming pool over the COVID years because we were all stuck at home and we needed something to do. So yes, it adds value, but it's still not a dollar for dollar either. Here's the core thing though. Price is about market value, not necessarily your personal touches and investments back into the home. And it's not based upon just me or a realtor or an appraiser who's coming into your house to give you a price. We are looking at market data and interpreting that market data to you based upon everything that I know that you have put into your home. We're looking at its overall condition. We're looking at your location. So here it is. Please, please, please trust your realtor whenever they are talking to you about price. I know that price doesn't always match up for what we think our home, our place that we have put our blood, sweat, and tears into actually is valued at. Because here's the thing, you cannot underprice a house. You just can't. The market doesn't allow it. What happens if you price your house accordingly? Maybe it is priced a little bit under what the market around the area says it should be. The market's going to raise the price. Joe is going to see the house and so is Susan over there, and they're both going to decide that they love your house and it's priced right, and then they're going to start fighting for it. And that's how you get into a multiple offer situation, and that's what we want for you. We want to sell your home for the highest value that we possibly can, and putting all of these things together is how we make that happen. Perfect example. We had a client this summer. She had some work that needed to be done on her house, but she didn't necessarily have the funds in order to do that work. So what we did is we priced her home accordingly. According to the market data in the area, we should have priced her home about $20,000 to $30,000 higher, but we knew what the house needed. So we purposely priced the house low. Now here's what happened. Golly, we had at least 20 showings on this house. We had 7 offers come in, and the value of the house continued to go up to its correct market value. We disclosed everything about the house. We let everyone know what it was, and it became that bidding war of, well, this person wanted the house for this price, and this person really wanted the house for this price. And they kept going up in price until we settled out right around where that correct market value for the home was. Now, if we would have priced it there with everything we knew about the house, we would have sold for much, much less, probably where we initially listed. And that's how we decided we needed to sell on the market for a lower price, and the market did the heavy lifting of raising the price. I know it's scary and it's a different way of thinking about things, but trust your realtor because it does work. And the days on market in the area were averaging out around 30 days, so about a month to sell a house. But because we priced that house lower and appropriate for its overall condition, we sold in a weekend. And we had 7 offers come in on the property. I don't know many people that wouldn't like to have that happen instead of sitting on the market and keeping their house ready for showings for a full month. Okay, with all of that being said, let's get really specific on pricing strategy. Here's the first thing I don't want you to do. Don't do what I call Walmart pricing. No, $417,964,000. Don't do that. No weird endings. There's a psychology to all of this. We're going to use hard pricing. Hard pricing is based upon search. Whenever you are on Zillow or Realtor or Homes.com and you put in your search criteria, you are searching by 300,000, 350,000, 400, up to 500,000. That is a hard pricing strategy. You are going to get more eyeballs on your house if you price on a hard pricing. Err on the side of lower price because you're going to get more eyeballs on it. Now, a soft price isn't necessarily the end of the world, but I would keep it on the fives, meaning 415, 425, 430. If you price at 427, you might miss somebody, but that is a soft price. You might as well just go ahead and list it at 430, just as an example. So once your home is on the market, here's how you are going to measure everything. And here's your metrics. This goes for anyone, anywhere in the country, across the board. You want 2 to 3 showings a week, positive feedback, second showings, and talks of offers. If you have 1 to 2 of those and you're not getting an offer, the general rule of thumb here is on the market for about 2 weeks. Look at those metrics. If you have them, great. Your price is usually right. Just hang tight. You've got a longer days on market. If you are on the market though for 2 to 3 weeks, I would say, or less, it's better for you to make an adjustment faster than to just leave your house on the market and just kind of see what happens. If you are still getting the showings, getting the positive feedback, etc., and your house is not under contract in 14 days or less, we probably need to talk about a price adjustment. And that price adjustment needs to be 5 to 10%. And remember, we price on hard pricings or on the fives. It's just the psychology of it. And this gives you good metrics to figure out, okay, this is how I know if my home is priced correctly, or maybe we need to be making a change. So remember, there's things that we can control with condition. We can control little things around location, but not totally. And we definitely can control the price. So this all boils down to, do you want to be like the average house that's just sitting on the market for 60 plus days? Or do you want to sell your house fast for essentially the same price? If you answered, I want to sell my house fast, go log out of YouTube. Reach out to our team right now. Don't wait. Don't go watch the next video. This is important. I want to help you sell your house. We're going to do a market analysis on your home, create a personalized strategy for you, and we're going to get this done. Now, if you're not local here to Greenville, do the same thing. Reach out to us. We would love to connect you with a vetted realtor in your area that does essentially the same things. Thanks for watching. Before you leave, hit the subscribe button, and I will talk to you soon.